Welcome to the LyfeBe podcast. In every episode, we dive into the most relatable aspects of life, helping you navigate the complexities of our contemporary world. Let's get started.
Hello. Welcome back to the LyfeBe podcast. I'm so excited about this episode because it's a special one. I have a great guy that is hard to catch, but he's an old friend. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to some and bring to many Mr. Kella McKenzie.
Sabiiti. What a blessing is it for me to be here, man. It's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you. I like to have honest conversations with people that have influence, people that have paid their dues, people that have put in the time in the craft they do, people that have something to say to people and help them become better. And I think you're one of those people. I know you're one of those people.
Thank you. And I cannot be as honest like if I'm in front of you, because you're one of the people that I honestly never thought myself one day I would be in the position to have you acknowledge me. And I'm not speaking from false, humility or anything, but you're one of the people that I've looked up to in the industry, from my Christian background and growing up in Kampala in the entertainment industry. You've been there. I've seen you humble yourself and work in places that I wouldn't imagine you work, and also work at the top. So being honest with you today has got to be the easiest thing I can do.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. It has got to be the easiest thing that I can do, because not only is it a blessing for me to be here, but it's a super honor for my family, for me to be in this position here with you, man.
Your family.
Yeah.
Beautiful family, man.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about yourself. I can say a million things about you, but just tell us.
Even I don't know what I should say. Yeah, my name is Sabiiti Brian McKenzie. And I was born and raised in Mbara. I was born to a beautiful woman called Valeria Natukunda. She's a Muchiga woman from Rukunjiri Nyarushanje, from the Rangoga family. Her husband, who she had gotten married to in December, passed away just 2 months after that in February. And then I was born that June.
Wow.
So I was born in what you would call a dark space. Where my mom is in mourning, the family is in mourning, and my father was a very, very powerful guy in his area, in his family. You know that person that is the beacon of the family, has taken things to the next level, and so he meets her, they get married, he dies, I'm born.
So they're just coming out of mourning, and then boom,
and then I'm there, a light-skinned boy with this Muchiga woman in a Munyankole family, and so it was quite, I would say, hectic for her. She talked about so many different things in her life. She shared with me before she passed away when I was 16. Oh, sorry. And so she gave me her life. She never got married again. She was celibate all through. I'm not so sure if there was any other people who wanted to be in her life, but at least I was number one, and she made sure. So I was born as a child of Mama Brian.
Yeah. Were you the only child?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and she was a teacher, a literature teacher. And so when I was born, she first made sure that I went to the village, grew up with her mom, her grandmom, and also her brothers, and one specific brother who I currently call my dad, because he's the only man that I saw when I was growing up. So he's my father, literally. And so she was a teacher at Maryhill High School. So I grew up in Maryhill High School teachers' quarters. And so I was that kid that would go to dormitories and get biscuits from girls, and they pinch me. Oh, cutie.
Also, you never had holidays because you never left school.
Yeah, I never left school. And but tell you what, I have for my entire life, I don't think I ever felt the pain of not having a dad. I never felt the pain of being in a humble background, because it was just attention all over me, being the only kid.
Wow.
So growing up, I was pretty sure that when I got into my P6, P7, around there, I was pretty sure I was going to be an entertainer. Like, I knew that for sure.
You knew it at P6?
Yeah, by P6, I knew I was going to be in entertainment, because 1994 World Cup, I participated in getting a ball from the Coca-Cola. Those things of getting buchokolo. I got buchokolo and I win a ball. So they put my name in New Vision. Sabiiti Brian.
Wow.
I saw my name. I was like,
You're
what?
in the papers
I
at
am in the
6.
papers in 1994.
Wow.
So from that time, I kind of had at the back of my mind, I'm the one dancing Lingala in front of everyone. I have to be on TV. So I was born and raised in Mbara until my mother passed away at 16.
Okay.
And then I came to Kampala to stay with my dad, her brother. And ever since then, I have been hustling, to get to where I am today.
Wow.
I don't know if that is enough, but it's there's so much that is in there that I went through.
Yeah. I know. I'm still trying to take it in. Seeing this child who's born during a season of mourning, at the end of the mourning, then bam, he makes a grand entry into the world.
Yes.
And then
figure things out on your own pretty much because you don't have brothers and sisters. So yes, many, sometimes you're not as close to your mom because she's hustling,
Yeah.
And my mom was a giver. So she wanted to take care of people in the family, and she, educated all her family members. She brought in other people from other countries and girls who were coming into her house to be taken care of by her. She was one of those philanthropists that doesn't have money. And so I grew up
a big heart.
Yes, I grew up around love. I grew up around acceptance. I grew up around that. It kind of made me spoiled in a way as well, because you're the
darling of everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I grew up with a lot of people. I have a lot of people that I call sisters, a lot of people that I call brothers. And so in my senior 4, I become entertainment prefect. Actually, senior 3 become entertainment prefect. The first entertainment prefect of London College of St. Lawrence. And that was the first and last achievement she saw of me in the entertainment world.
Wow.
Yeah, because she died in senior 4 when I was in my senior 4 January. And she passed away of cancer. And when she died, I was already in entertainment now. So good thing is St. Lawrence, Lawrence Muchiwi, Papa, the late, was a very, forthcoming guy. He would encourage students to do bigger than just school.
Yeah,
so
do art and music.
Yeah, so my life fully went into school. Sometimes I would even want to stay in school for holidays because what am I going home for?
I know.
Yeah, so I was really fully into it. As soon as I got done with S6 like this,
you're like,
the next day I was at Power FM. Thanks to Jackie Lumbasi, Raymond. I'm sure you know Raymond.
Katugugu.
Yes.
Yes, that's my boy.
Immediately I was in the world of Power FM, telling them I wanted to be on radio.
Okay, so how do you get into church before we get to Power FM?
Yeah. So when my mom passed on, I think it somehow God gives you people. One teacher called Madame Maria at the time, she's now called Miss Purity. Madame Maria was a church member of MCC with Pastor Semper.
Oh, okay, Makerere Community Church.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so she took interest in me when I was in my senior 5. I was such a leader, and she took interest in me, and we used to have a lot of conversation. And so she encouraged me to meet her a lot more, and we started a group that was called London Research Bureau. The London Research Bureau was supposed to create good projects in the school that can be forthcoming for abstinence, things of that nature, telling children not to, basically abstain, stay away from masturbation and things of that nature. And so she kind of got interested in me, and the more and more we started talking, the more I was driven towards the world of God. And she was the first person who really opened up to me the born again world, because I was born a Christian, a Catholic. So she opened up to me, who really Jesus is. And I could really see it easily because it was Bible studies sometimes. It was her bringing people to the school and talking to us. And so it was really like an eye-opening experience for me at an early age. And I kind of took, her route. And then she takes me to Spirit FM to meet a one cater.
Anguzu.
Yes.
That's my boy too.
Keita Anguzu had a show called Life Ticket.
Yes.
And Life Ticket was pretty much what I wanted to do in school. Things to talk about, all those things. And at the time, it was at UCU in Mukono.
Mukono, yeah.
So we used to leave London College in Nsanji and Umaya and go all the way to Mukono. And so the first time I went there, I had myself in the headphones. I was like, I'm doing this for life.
It sounded good. You're like, this is what I want to do.
It's Christian. I sound good.
I know.
The information I want to put there is actually information I want to put there.
Yeah.
And so I told her, can I please come here every time that I can get an opportunity? And so she became my mentor. She gave me a Bible from Pastor Semper, signed and everything with a note to me. So I really got, into that world. I started singing, in choir with a lot of people. I became a preacher in school. I started praying for students who are sick at the time.
Wow.
It was really powerful. Like I was different in school. I was really, I would say, an unqualified pastor. But doing the work of
the Lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
So immediately after that, during those periods, of course, you're meeting Keita. Then I met Jackie Lumbasi.
Yeah.
She came from Power FM for, there was some sort of like a competition in school, a writing competition. And I won it. And so they give me the award of Power FM. They're like, when you're done with S6, come to Power FM and we talk.
Wow.
I said, why are you saying these things? I'll show up. So as soon as done with S6 like this, I straight up went to Power FM the next day.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's how my journey began from Power FM. I didn't get an opportunity. I went to Kampala FM. I was put on the bench for 3 months. There's a lady called Olivia Ziwa. I'm sure you know her very well.
Yeah, I know Olivia Ziwa.
Olivia Ziwa and Irene, who was her partner. They used to do a show called Top Teens on Top TV. I'm sure you... Irene has not been in the media for a while. She's not been in the media for a while. I think the only thing she did was Top Teens and a few other things.
Yeah. Olivia is still on TV.
Yes, still today.
Yeah.
And she still looks as good. Like,
and
man,
as young,
like,
I
don't
know.
understand.
Like she's been on for what, 15, 20 years or something?
She's been on TV longer than I have been.
Wow.
And she's younger than me.
And she still looks that young.
And she still looks awesome. So she put me on TV, on Top TV, Top Teens, and Pastor Ronnie. I'm sure you know him.
I know Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie.
Tall guy.
Very big, full of life. And Mutebi.
Ronnie Mutebi.
Yeah, Pastor Ronnie Mutebi. Full of life, big guy.
He was the station manager, right?
He was the PD at the time.
Oh, PD, yeah.
He was the PD at the time. And so he told me, we'll give you an opportunity. I go in the studio.
Man, I went and Ronnie didn't give me a job.
This is what he did. He told me the same exact thing. Like, you don't have an opportunity here. You don't sound like a radio presenter. And you know him.
Yeah.
He doesn't waste time.
Gives it to you right up.
You don't sound like a radio presenter. I don't think you're wasting your time. You're better off in TV. So go back upstairs to Top TV and wait.
He told me I didn't have an accent.
Literally.
He wanted an accent.
So he told me.
So I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have the accent.
So he's like, unless you can do a talk show.
Like, that's the only option there.
Because I can talk.
Yeah.
So he gave me a show and he told me it was called Focus and it was more like Life Ticket.
Oh.
So that was like,
everything was just flowing for you.
Yeah, it was so easy. And and so I did Focus for a couple of months and then I ended up meeting people who wanted to do radio who are already there at Kampala FM. Eddie Ivan Kawera.
Yeah.
You know him very well.
I know Eddie, yeah.
You know Douglas Musunga who passed away.
Yes. Douglas Aaron Musunga. He did also photography.
Yes, but he was doing Club 996 on.
I didn't know.
On Kampala
Aaron
FM.
was on radio.
Yes, I worked with him. He used to be the one to give us all the music. He was a very, very smart
intelligent guy.
Very,
he used
very
to be the
intelligent.
videographer for Pablo Live.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he helped me a lot because he made me open my eyes to a lot in the world of Christianity, but even beyond that. So Eddie Ivan Carrera was training me. He was also there. And then there was also Kudu Isaac.
Why is Isaac? I know Kudu. Kudu is on...
Kudu, the comedian, the current
Comedy
guy, comedy
night.
scene
Yes.
and everything. Yeah.
I know Isaac, yeah.
He was on Kampala FM at the time.
Wow.
And so he told me, Mackenzie, I don't think I'm going to be here for long. You should come and do my show. I'm like, are you serious?
In Theatre Factory.
Yes, Theatre Factory. So I did his breakfast show. And ever since I got into that breakfast show, I killed it. I mean, once I got in there, it was a wrap. The thing that took me away from Kampala FM is a very interesting story. I used to stay in Makerere University at Nchikoni. Right next to Full Gospel Church, there was a hostel there. And so I would walk from there because it's not so far from Christian Life Church in Boise there. So I would walk most of the times. But because I was doing a morning show now, I had to be there by 6. So I would walk at 5 a.m.
Wow.
So this one morning I'm walking, I'm dressed up. Remember, I'm a pastor. Unqualified but doing God's work. I'm walking.
You're a muchuba.
I'm a muchuba, a pure one. But people believe.
Hey.
So I walk and I'm dressed up nice because that day I had somewhere to speak. Some young guys, we had a fellowship. So I'm dressed really nice and I had like some kamane here and I'm listening to my music. And I walk and 2 border guys grabbed me and they beat me up.
Wow.
And they left me there literally like for dead. I was literally in my boxers. I've told the story a couple of times. So when I got up, I thought maybe I slept here. Because,
so you totally passed out.
Oh, no. They hit, they almost killed me.
Wow.
Yeah. So I get up and people are saying, Bako biako boda sebo chichi, all those things. So I get up and I'm in my boxers and a vest. And they've taken everything because I was dressed nice. I just continued walking. I was at MBI, around MBI then. I continued walking all the way to Kampala FM and I did my show for 3 hours.
In your boxers?
In my boxers and in a vest.
Wow.
Pastor Ronnie Mutebi can testify to this. He came in studio.
That was commitment.
He phoned me when I had put on some pants that I'd got from the Askari. And he gave me his pants. Now imagine
He's
me.
a tall guy like this.
In Pastor Ronnie
Like
Mutebi's
6 feet. 6 feet, huge. You should have been like about 4 feet by then.
There's bell bottom, but this was not a bell bottom. This was something else. So, but I'm grateful because it's the only one who has provided anything.
Yeah.
But he had just joined Radio 1 around that time.
Yes.
So at that time, I was already a PD of Kampala FM, by the way.
Wow.
Yes, because he's the one who trusts me. He believes in me. And the one who's doing music scheduling and everything. So he hooked me up really. And he allowed me to stay in his office that day. I stayed in the office the whole day. And in the evening, I got guts to go back to my hostel. When I got to my hostel, I asked myself, man, what kind of people am I working with? I got robbed. No one cared. Apart from Ronnie, who is literally a friend at this point. Like, I thought, people of God would run up and help. And I started getting bias. And then people are telling me, no, it has nothing to do with Christianity. It's just that church. I'm like, nah, man, these people, every day they prophesy, man. Every day they talk all these things. So I decided not to go back.
You just said, I'm not coming back tomorrow.
I decided not to go back.
You didn't tell anyone?
First of all, there were a lot of issues with payments and all those things. You know how it is.
Yeah, I know.
I decided not to go back. And so when I decided not to go back, I had a friend who was in the same hostel with me. I was like, have you seen this thing? There's a thing called MTV VJ Search. Have you seen it? I'm like, what's that? He's like, Mackenzie, you need to go there. I've seen you on Top TV. You can do these things. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, but man, I don't think I can handle those things. It's like, wait, if you don't go there, you won't know if you could.
Yes.
Just go there,
Just
fail.
try.
If you try, if you fail, you get it. If you don't, you don't. I go there. That's where I met Wardmal, who ended up getting me into another job. The GNLs, the Retro Ks, the Flavias, the MC Cats.
Yeah.
I didn't get the job, but I was in the 3rd round and we didn't get the job, obviously. And I go back home. I'm not devastated. I know that I did my best and I met people that were important. The Kazoras, all those people that were there. And so the next very day, Wardmal calls me and is like, they're looking for an opportunity here at Hot 100. You never know, you could go and you check it out. I'm like, man, I tell you another thing to go and audition. So I go to Hot 100 and I'm like, I've always wanted to be here. I brought in demos here. They've always shut me out. I go there and I give in I went there. I went there on that side. Actually, it was a live demo. I met a gentleman called Mandev. I'm sure if you've been to Radio Simba, everyone knows Mandev. I went there and Mandev tells me, speak. Plays music. I start speaking. He's like, what's your name again? Give him his name. He's like, okay, man, my boss might not like you, but me, I like you. So I'm going to talk to him about this. And Mr. Colin Mutambo gave me a job.
Wow.
At Hot 100. And that was, the rest is up to judgment of whatever could have happened. The Christian world, obviously, at the end of the day, looked at me like, as they would look at you.
You'd failed them.
I'm a backslider, I'm a traitor, I've been possessed by something. Because Hot 100 was wild. It was wild. It was hip hop.
It was the first urban,
it was the first urban
station.
youth cut-edge station that did not give a damn about anyone. They were just going all in for entertainment that is different. And because I have been the kid that comes in and says, I'm an entertainer. I'm from Bara, Sidayo Mucharo. I am in Kampala. I've been given an opportunity here. I have a job that is paying me at Hot 100. And they're telling me to play hip-hop for young people. Shh. I killed it.
Your thing. I know.
I got 4 Best Radio Presenter awards. I got 4.
Wow.
I honestly, Hot 100 is like the height of my career, I would think. I ended up doing music scheduling for them, production, and also hiring and firing people at the station by the time I left.
I like how you comfortably say that. And also hiring and firing people.
You know why? Because there are people who don't remember that I had them.
Yeah.
And they need to remember that I had them. Because at that point, I was young. I didn't know much. I just wanted to give people opportunities.
Yeah.
And by the time I was giving someone an opportunity, it's because I really felt their pain, but also their talent at the same time. And some of these people easily forget and they mistreat you. They say things around you and things like that. But there are people that we went through a lot, including my co-presenter, Kahuna, who is like one of my favorite friends right now. We went through actual life. And so I was young, growing up, trying to figure out who I am. I don't have an identity. I didn't grow up with a dad. I didn't grow up with much. I'm from Bara. I don't know Kampala. I don't know Luganda. You understand? Like I'm coming from a Christian background. I'm in hip hop. I'm in the music industry.
You're in a strange land.
You understand? So that happened. And of course, it crossed into me joining WBS to become the presenter of Jam Agenda. And that gave me the national appeal where today I can travel anywhere and people kind of recognize me. So that was really the breakthrough of who Kella McKenzie or Sabiiti Brian is.
Yeah, because you were both on radio and now on TV. Were you still on radio even when you were in WBS TV?
Yes, I was concurrently. And WBS, I worked on Jam Agenda, Showtime Magazine, and a few other shows.
Yeah.
And I worked with Kazora, Barbara Yatta, some of the very best talents that we have had in Uganda.
Kazora is back on TV.
Yeah, he's back on. He has never left, that man. He always keeps coming back somewhere, somehow.
He reinvents himself.
Yeah, but he gave me a tough entrance into TV, I'd gotten my job on Jam Agenda, and then he fired me the next Saturday. And he told me I'm the one who's going to do the show. But then I think he kind of respected my efforts and my work, and he ended up giving me the show to take on after that. Barbara Yatta gave me a good hand. I had really good people. The person who hooked me up with WBS was Flavia Tumusime.
Yes.
So I really had God watching over me. If it's my mom who was watching over me, through the Spirit, I always felt like I'm going to do this. So I never, ever, ever felt less of who I could be. And so that, I think, kind of propelled me to distances that I had always dreamed I would be in. And I achieved almost everything I wanted to achieve before I was 24.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've had Mackenzie, Kella on radio,
Yes.
and now on WBS TV.
Yeah.
So you're dabbling radio and TV, making your good money.
Yeah.
How do you get into hip hop?
I think it was just a circumstance of me working on radio of hip hop, because the people that you're meeting, the people you're having conversations with are all hip hop. So there was this show that I created called Super Saturday, and I used to interview artists, and I would want to have a one-on-one kind of thing like this, not these radio things where let's go for a break. No, I would want to have a pure conversation. And so I met these guys from a studio called Muddy Boots, and they told me, Mackenzie, man, Muddy Boots.
Oh, muddy like mud.
Mud Boots.
Oh, okay.
They were like, yo, man, when you're speaking on radio, man, you speak like a rapper, bro. Come through, drop some bars. I'm like, what?
A boy from Rukunji.
They don't know where I'm from.
Yeah.
Luckily, I think I've always had confidence within me. So I went and followed them to the studio. and I did a song with them. And that kind of like, when I did the song with them and everyone heard that I was doing music, now every other person is like, come to studio, man. Come to studio, man. And ended up doing a lot of songs, so many songs, because I figured out I could write. I figured I could actually rap. Not the very best, because I needed more practice, but I figured I could actually do it. And so through the process of that, I met great producers, great songwriters, great artists, people like GNL Zamba, who were very close to me at the time. And GNL is like, man, you need to take this thing a little serious sometimes, but you're more of a radio presenter guy. He was also not sure
where you fall, whether radio or
so I
hip-hop.
told him, man, I have a song that I think you can jump on and we can kill this thing. He's like, cool. And at the time, I was, what can I say? I think I was holding hip hop in my hands by moving with artists, understanding them, and then play their music when I know where I'm speaking from.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So these people felt like I was kind of like their friend. So Rubber Dabba was in the mix of the same people. He was doing hip hop. So I end up taking Rubber Dabba and GNL to studio, and I do a song that ended up becoming #1 in Uganda.
Wow.
And when that happened, it made me a hip hop artist.
Automatically. You have a hit song, now you're a hip hop artist.
So till today, I consider myself a hip hop artist. I consider myself a rapper on top of the other things that I do. I just released a song like a year ago. So I still do music once in a while, but more like now Kwepe now or Doja and Score. Not like I'm trying to be part of Manu or anything.
You're just doing something you love.
Yeah, because I also... I'm a very spiritual person. When I say that, I am... there are two things that I figured out when I was in church. I figured out that there was a difference between Christianity and churchianity.
Yes.
I figured out that there were very many people that had gotten into the church lifestyle and they were following the rules of a specific church. And there's a way they would judge life based on the church's ideologies more than Christian ideologies.
Okay.
And so sometimes they can even go against the Christian ideology on behalf of the church, just to support the church's ways of doing things. So for example, if you've done something wrong, let's say I had a child out of wedlock, the church does not want to associate with you, yet Christianity wants to associate with you. So things of that narrative made me go into finding out who I really am and where do I stand with God as an individual. So that's why I would say that I went a bit more spiritual and with a personal connection with God, that by the time I joined Worship Harvest and all this, I kind of had an individual presence with God to understand why am I here. I'm here to learn, maybe here to get a vessel that can send a message to me. So because of that, I started writing poems and writing, a lot of Facebook and Twitter posts that were in relation to the spiritual world and relation to being, a behavioral change activist, let's just say.
Yes.
Someone that wants people to understand that life could be better if you focused on discipline and a few things like that. Now, have I been good at it? Maybe not, but I've done my very best. So like the last song that I did was really more about awareness of marijuana and the intake of marijuana and how it can actually derail you when you think the world is okay with it and everyone is legalizing it. It doesn't mean that you just jump into it. It's so I kind of like want to put that kind of information out there more than let's get lit, it's a good night or anything of the sort.
Yeah.
So I think my Christian background helped me push a message of hope, resilience, just being a stand-up guy for my son and for the people that care about me in my life, to show them an example of what you could be. So if I am in a bar, I want a DJ or an artist to see me and to be like, but why is he different? How does he do this? Why is he not so attached to the flashy lifestyle?
Yeah.
And then you figure out that, I'm actually doing this as a job, but I have life at home that I live and I don't want to mix the two. So things of that nature is where I think my music also comes from, my poetry comes from and all that, yeah.
Did you ever feel at one point like you were lost spiritually? Like
Heavily.
Like things didn't make sense. You didn't know where you are, depression or things like that. Anything like that?
I almost died. I've actually contemplated suicide twice in my life.
Wow.
Yes. 2013, I had high blood pressure. So I wasn't taking care of myself through the process of Hot 100 and all these times because life was moving so fast.
I know.
Life was moving so fast. You have all this attention that a human being should not have.
That's true.
I don't think it's possible for a human being to be admired that much, bro. Like, it will kill you at some point.
Yo, actually, when you talk about that, I don't think there's one man that is designed to take so much
It's
attention.
not possible.
When you get too much attention than you can handle, you start to self-destruct.
I don't know who you are, whether even if you're a president or everyone will struggle with fame hitting you.
No one prepares you for fame.
Nobody. Quite even fame does not prepare you.
It doesn't even prepare you. It just grabs you and
you
takes
don't know
you.
how far you're going to go. I was number 6 in Africa.
Yeah. Whoa.
I was number 6 in Africa.
Whoa.
Yes, I was number 6 in Africa. There was a time I was in a category of radio presenters, and I was me, Alex Ndaola, Gaetano Kagwa. And
Like
I'm like,
the top.
and I win. And I'm like, what? Even if to many people will be like, that's nothing. To me, it is an illusion I'd never thought I would be in.
You never even thought you'd be at the top. You
And
just wanted to
until
do
you
this thing.
experience it, you can't understand it.
Yes.
So I really struggled with weight.
Yeah.
I went to 140 kgs, Sam.
Wow.
I was 4 people.
That's a good illustration.
I was
4 people.
I was a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And I did not know how I actually got that. And for some reason, when people don't know you, when people don't care about you, they never tell you when something is going
It's
wrong.
going, yeah.
And then also,
They think they're being polite by
course,
keeping quiet.
of course.
They don't want to offend
of
you.
course. And also, you must understand, when I got into the world of radio, my family could not understand it.
Yes.
So my family and I kind of derailed. My dad and I didn't talk for a couple of years.
Because they was thinking you're getting spoiled.
Exactly. And I was like, I need to cut out all these no people.
Oh, you're chasing your goal.
I want
you don't
yes,
care who says
yes,
what.
yes. If
Everything
you're not
must
going to
be
say
yes.
yes to me, get out.
Get out of my way.
And so that's how you kill yourself. 140 kgs, high blood pressure, cannot understand. I have malaria. That is, my blood pellets are almost depleted at the time.
Okay.
I go to my house and I'm like, I'm going to die here. I don't have money at the time. I have stopped working, you need to understand. And I'm on a chigaji. And
Wait, how did you stop working?
I got leave
Okay.
and I fell sick.
Oh, then it's game over from there.
It's a wrap, bro.
Because
It's
you
a
can't
wrap.
go back to work, so
And
they have to replace
I can't
you.
be on TV because I'm
You
fat
don't
and
look good.
ugly.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And everyone can tell. And I see myself on TV and I'm like,
You're like, I don't like the person.
you
I'm
understand?
saying.
Because again, I know who I am, bro.
Yeah.
I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. I shouldn't be that big. I know it's indiscipline that took me there.
Yeah.
3 a.m. food.
From the station, from the club.
Yeah.
Just grab a bite, chips and
One day,
chicken,
go and sleep.
Rolex what, and then you eat
Exactly.
and go to bed.
Exactly. So
No exercise, no time to rest.
For who?
No time to work out.
for what? Why am I reading a book?
Yeah, you're just getting your monies.
I'm just
Paying the bills
I
and
don't
enjoying
even
the
know that
life.
I'm getting money. For me, I'm just enjoying life. Money is coming in. I don't know where
All
it's
the
going.
attention.
No investment, no saving, nothing. And at the time, I'm not so sure of the world of fame. I don't know that there are people who have gone through this same thing and they're struggling.
Yeah.
Me, I think I'm the first to get into this position.
Oh, yeah, I understand. Because now you don't even have mentors.
Hey, which mentor can I have? I'm
No one
at the
even has
top of my
time.
game,
I
bro.
know, no one even has time to
No
sit
one
and
has
talk.
time for me. No one knows me. I'm from Bara. No one in Kampala has grown up with me.
Yeah.
No one understands. My bosses want money.
Yeah. And you're bringing in the money.
My peers want vibe. The girls want a good time.
Uh-huh.
You attract girls who like big men. The girls
With
who like
big wallets,
Yeah, exactly.
big pockets.
Exactly. So here I am acting like I know it all,
Yeah.
but I'm getting messed up every day.
I understand.
So I think at the time when I realized that I needed to lose weight was Calvin the entertainer. He phoned me in bed, and I think those were like, if I had stayed in bed for like another 2 days, it would be a wrap.
Calvin of UBC TV.
Yes. He was my neighbor, and we had kind of like become brothers at the time, because we were staying next to each other and we had gone through a lot together. So he came and he picked me up and he took me to the clinic, and I got literally I got saved from there. Like that's how I was saved from there. And his girlfriend, who is his wife right now, mother of two, was a nutritionist. So again, you see how God comes in and sorts me out. So,
dude, you've had like God's hand over your life,
all through,
everywhere.
Favor everywhere, and my favor never stops. It never stops, and I never ever complain. I'm always blessing God for favors before they even show up.
I believe so.
You get it? So because I've seen it happen to me. So by the time I lost weight and I went to like 90 kgs and I'm looking good and I'm thinking, wow, I need to get back into my life. So that's when I went into events. And I started doing events, hip-hop events, silent disco, nightlife, and all those things.
Okay.
And somewhere, somehow, you know there's a relapse mode that always happens to people.
You get excited and forget all the chaos that was happening.
Yeah.
Then it sneaks up
Then
on
it
you.
hits you. So when it hit me at that time, I was 28 years old.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not realizing what's going on. That's when I sat down. I think when you turn 28, there's also your life kind of changes. There's a way you start thinking differently. You know, you're looking at your life like it's coming closer to the end. You know, the 30s are getting closer.
Yeah.
So I think that's when I started getting more aware and being more conscious about the things that I eat, the things that I do and all that. I haven't told you about my son, but
that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
See the hardest thing is hard to interview a radio personality because they give you all the points like they should go. They don't even give you time to ask. Let's go right there. Your son.
So
your son is 12?
He's now 14.
14.
Can you imagine? Yeah, I got him in 2009.
Okay, so let's go to 2009.
Yeah, so let's do 2007. I've left Kampala FM. I've joined Hot 100. 2008, I'm at the height of my life.
Yes.
And then 2009, I get a job at WBS Jam Agenda. So I am at the highest point of my life. So I meet my son's mom around that time. But I'm at the height of my life. I'm going through people. You understand?
You're going through people. Oh,
you understand what I mean?
Your body count
I'm
is
going through people.
Going through the ceiling.
I am not staying for anyone. I'm going through people.
Smash and dash.
Yeah, and this happens. And 1.5 years go by, and I don't actually know what's going on.
For real?
Yeah, and I don't know what's going on.
This person left the country. You left the country.
No, I was here. They were here.
Oh, because I know the person.
Yeah.
I worked with the person on a project years ago. She was still young.
Yeah.
And the rumor was, there's this Musama. The guy must be from the UK or something.
That's what everyone thought.
Oh,
That's what everyone thought. I was here. She was here.
1.5 years, tight-lipped. Nothing. So.
I didn't know.
Yes.
I don't know if you knew, but it was wild times. I was 21.
You were just living your life.
Yeah, I was 21, she was 20. And so by the time, I think I just joined Radio City. And so I got involved and I called and I was like, listen, this can't be happening. I know I need to be there. And I want to take care of my boy 110%. And ever since I made that statement till today, he has been under my roof. So
you call the mother and say, look, I want my son to live with me.
I want to be with that boy. He's mine.
And she was okay with it.
She's like, are you sure? I was like, yes. You want to do a DNA? I was like, hell yeah.
But was she in the country or she was in Kenya?
Here. It was all here, I'm telling you. And we were friends. And we had never really... I was his godfather. When I tell you that God has been there for some things.
Wow.
That God reached out to me and was like, boss, you need to go and take responsibility. And I did that. And as soon as I got into that, I mean, she'll like, if you sat down and you talk to her, she'll give you her own story, obviously. But that is what happened between me.
But your side of the story.
That's what I know. Yeah. That's when I started living in my son's life and he started living in mine. And ever since then, we've been peas and pie. You know, he has only spent 1.5 years in Nairobi. Ever since then, the rest of the time he has been under my care.
Wow.
100%.
Do you have like, you don't have a sibling staying with you?
Nope.
There's no mom?
Nope.
There's no dad?
Nope.
So it's
Me.
you and your son?
Me and my son. I had a maid for a couple of years. I've had different maids for a couple of years. 2017, I threw away every maid of mine and I started cooking, cleaning, and doing everything with my son.
Bro, I know how that drill goes. I've done that before.
I was done, bro. I was like,
I know.
no way. I can't
Too
keep...
much drama.
Bro, I'll never ever in my life hire a maid. I'm getting married soon. She might hire a maid.
Yeah, but
me,
as for you,
I'll never
you're
hire
done
a
with
maid.
them.
Because I ask myself, I can cook if I have to. I
Yeah.
should learn how to cook. If I don't, I can order for food. I can clean. Clearly, I was raised by women. I can
Yes.
clean. I can
Yeah.
take care of the house. My son needs to learn how to clean.
That's
He needs to learn
beautiful.
how to cook. He needs to learn how to be independent. As we speak right now, my son can make a full meal for you.
At 14.
Actually, let me tell you this. From the time lockdown happened,
Yes.
he has been the one cooking breakfast.
Wow.
Till today.
Wow. And you were telling me he's like an A student. He loves maths.
My son, since top class, since baby class,
Has been acing everything.
been acing math, English, CRE, and everything. The only subject he doesn't like is history because he's Kenyan, Ugandan, so
Yeah.
he doesn't really know the history of
The
Uganda.
history, yeah.
But he recently got 98% in math and 56 in history. And I asked him, I was like, what were you thinking? He's like, I misfired. Otherwise, I would have gotten more. So he's a really smart boy. God has been so
beautiful.
good to me. He has never fallen sick to the point where I felt like, oh my
can't
God, I'm
handle.
scared.
Yeah.
Never been in hospital for more than a few hours. And it's been a bliss. And I never want to talk about it and jinx it, but my son has been a blessing to me. I've been a blessing to him, I hope. And so
I believe you have.
God has really been good
You
to
you
me
have
and
been
him.
the father you never had.
Yes, and right now, the mother has gotten herself together,
Yeah.
and so I even told her, I was like, man, listen, if you want to take on some time with him now,
Yeah.
you should, because he needs a mom
That's
as well
true.
in his life, you know. So you should, if
beautiful.
she's living in Kenya now. So I was like, if you want him to come to Kenya, I'm not like I have fed, I have planted my seed.
You've
you
done
know.
your best.
I have deen my best, and I can only right now pick him from school, talk to him, guide him, and all that, and
That's
just
so
make him a
beautiful.
man. Yes, but as someone who has raised a baby boy, I have been there, and it's a blessing. I can't wait to, to see how he's going to grow into a responsible man and be rich and give me money.
Parents of this day. Question though. You got engaged recently.
Yes.
How has that been? How do you now you're getting another lady into your son's life?
Yeah.
And then you've turned your life around and you're saying, okay, now I need to have more commitment.
Yes.
I need to settle down with somebody. How has that been?
I've been with my fiance for 7 years now, but 3 years of dating.
Yeah.
Right? So I've known her for 7 years, but 3 years of dating. And, I've been with a lot of people in my life, friends, business people, some people that I've been intimate with in my life. And I realized that love is a thing that it's a verb. It's a doing word.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not a noun. So you have to actually practice love. And I found someone who practices love more than I've ever seen. And they taught me how to practice love. They're still teaching me how to practice love.
They basically rewrote the whole love script for you.
Yes, she's younger than me, obviously, but she is very intelligent and has a great family that has been very impactful in my life, just knowledge-wise, not even in any other way, just knowledge-wise. And I really could not imagine myself living with any other person for the rest of my life. So I decided, you know what? I need to commit. I'm not growing any younger. I have reached a point whereby I've always thought I'm a loner. I'm an only guy. I was born alone. But no, I need to settle down and commit to this person.
That's
Now,
beautiful.
good thing is I've been with them for 7 years, dated for 3. So for 4 years, they've been in my life. And guess what?
You've been in your son's life. too.
Exactly. She's born on the 14th of November. My son is born on the 10th.
Wow.
So it has been quite blissful, honestly speaking. They have a very good relationship. They probably have a closer relationship on WhatsApp than I have with my son right now.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, but she's really an awesome person, and I'm really blessed to be in her life because I'm really blessed to just even share any moments with her, because every time she's a very land girl. So I just needed to create my own family, to create a Sabiiti family, to create a legacy that my father, who has not been able to see me grow, my mother who put in everything she can, to also live, accordingly to, how things should have been with them. But most importantly, cautiously and just being able to not get into a relationship or not get married because the woman is pregnant. Oh, no, my time is ticking. No, but someone who I love, someone who I care about.
Is she pregnant?
No, she's not. I want her to be, but she's not. But, it's a cautious decision, one that has a lot to do with maturity on my end, because I'm not playing around. I'm not looking at it like, oh, I have butterflies, let me kneel down and propose. No, it's
not excitement. It's very intentional.
Yeah, and when you heal, you kind of transform and become a different person.
Of course.
Yeah, so I healed and I think I'm a different person. And the person that she's with today is not the same person that I was in like 2010. So she's seeing a refined person in a way that still has a bit of wild in him, but she is able to see the very best of me at my best right now, better than I've ever been. And it has been all to her as well,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you spoke about the healing. How did the healing come? Quickly as we close.
I have to be honest with you. At some point, I was consuming a little too much marijuana.
Yeah.
I was sedating from reality.
I know.
I was lying.
Trying to, cover the void that you had.
I was lying. I'm Kella, I'm from Barara. You're mwana wa Barara.
But
You understand?
like, yo, what's up?
Yeah, but I'm lying.
Yeah.
The people I'm
You're
hanging
lying to
with, it's a
yourself.
lie. Everyone, it's a lie. So I just felt like I needed to be true to who I am.
That's beautiful.
And so I learned that I needed to, number one, leave reality as it is. So I sobered up. And as soon as I started sobering up, things came, I think they just come naturally to you. That you start realizing, oh, I need to exercise. Oh, I need to write something here. I need to write a book. Oh, I need to meet these people. Oh, I need a job. An actual job.
Yes, to pay your bills.
To pay my bills and not be stressed out.
Consistency.
And all these things. So can I say that I healed and swish? No. I think healing is a lifelong process.
Yes.
But as soon as it began, I felt like I am healed.
Life changed for you.
Yes. So me and my relationship with God has been so intense that I talk to God in ways that sometimes, even when I'm going to the bathroom, I'm like, God, I hope whoever was in there flushed. I go in there and guess what? The person flushed.
Wow.
No, and I'm not saying this. I know people will take this really lightly.
I know, but it's serious.
Bro, I am a manifester. I'm a guy who's always praying to God to open doors for me.
That's beautiful.
And seeing them open is mind-blowing. The best thing that has happened to me right now is I really wanted to work with Capital FM ever since I was in Mbarara. And so I prayed to God. I was like, give me an opportunity to work with Capital.
Yeah.
Lockdown comes. My opportunity is shut down. Business goes down. I lose money. I lose my jobs in the nightlife.
Yeah.
I get mentally messed up. I started working for LyfeBe at the time.
Yeah, Talent Africa.
But I'm not happy. I'm doing good, but I
But
really
you're
know.
empty.
Bro, I'm a communicator. I want to be on TV or radio. That way I can be able to serve people.
Yeah.
And so Capital calls me out of the blue. I go to Capital and they tell me, we want to have you here. And they were like, but we don't want to just have you here. We want you to work for our baby station. I was like, what station is that? 100.9.
Kiss FM.
This was Hot 100, same frequency.
Oh, so you literally went back to your home.
Bro, they gave me a second chance.
At the station you love,
gave
where
me a
you did
second chance at
hip-hop.
the station that I've always dreamed of working at.
Wow. So they bought the station.
They bought the station.
And then you get your job
they
back.
gave it to me.
Wow. If that isn't God, what's that?
What is?
Wow.
And I manifested for 1 year saying when I go back on air, I want to have a morning show and I want to call it Kella Kumacha. Basically Kella, but also like Kella.
Rise up, but with the Kella.
You understand?
Your name, yeah.
Yes.
Kella on the morning.
In the morning.
Wake up in the morning.
I wanted a morning show.
That's nice.
I want to inspire people. I want to give them news with
You
a good
start
spirit. I want
your
to give
day
people
with
good news.
them.
I want to do something different for the business of
beautiful.
radio.
Yeah.
And so they give me the show. So like, so what name do you have for the show? I'm like,
Wow.
say no more. Like all my, like I can't lie
Like
to
your
you.
dreams are right here in your palm.
Yes. So if I mess up in life after this interview, it's because of my dreams. It's because I'm not dreaming right. It's
You're
because
not aligned.
I'm not aligned.
Yeah.
And so alignment comes with being sober, having discipline, and following God's ways, because God does not lie. And if you don't lie, if you are speaking truth to you and to the people that you are meeting, chances are that God is going to be there, because if you lie, you are fighting reality, and reality will bite you in ways I cannot explain. I don't want to ever go back to the times when reality was biting me, because you will sweat and you don't know why you're sweating. You will even listen to rain sounds in the head to stop the sound in your head. I have done it all. I have contemplated ending my life because I felt like, now, if my dad died at the age of 32, my mom died before she was about 45. Who thinks I'm going to be here for life? I should end this. I've done, you remember, I've achieved everything. I've done everything. But then God is there. He's like, no, you have that boy. He's your responsibility. And so I am really grateful to be alive, to be acknowledged by you in this position.
Thank you. You're a good man.
Yeah. So far, I can't say that I'm living the life, but I'm happy, I'm contented, and I am pushing for better with conscience.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow. What more can I say? It's been wonderful having you. This has been a great conversation. It's good to hear these stories, because people never get to hear these stories, and people don't like being honest.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to show you life is great, everything is kicking, but we on this pod like to have what I call hot conversation, which is honest, open, and transparent, because I believe there's somebody out there who will benefit from your story, who will align themselves with the principles you've talked about. The people who don't know what to do, they look up to you and they say, the guy is doing great, but they don't know you've suffered. They don't know you've worked hard. They don't know you've had to realign yourself to get to where you are. And this is a platform that presents that. Thank you so much for coming through.
I'm really humbled.
It's an honor to have you on here. To everybody that's watching, thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, and support us. Just go in there, find out how you can support us financially. Share this with a friend, follow, and we'll keep bringing you stories of life, stories of impact, social stories that, will inspire you. And we do this for the glory of God, for the love of God's people, for a good life with purpose. LyfeBe.
Yes.
God bless you. We love you.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the LyfeBe podcast with Sami-K. Your support means the world to us. Please leave a comment, subscribe, and share to help us grow and continue bringing you valuable content. We appreciate you.